welcome to Mystery Beers episode number 250 of
Brutal Battle.
So here we are doing the third and final installment for this grouping of Mystery Beers episodes. And we have one beer that looks very odd in front of us as we poured it. Obviously, since it's Mystery Beers, we have no idea what these are. I'm going to make some guesses on what's going on with beer B, because that's the weird-looking one. But I'll make those guesses when we get to it. Beer A, though, looks like a beer we might really enjoy, because...
It's clear.
Clear beer! You know how we feel about clear beer on this podcast. It's not a hazy IPA, which easily it could have been, since I just, put my arm in the cooler, didn't look, and grabbed a can, because what percentage do we think? Like 60 or more percentage is hazy IPAs at this point in those things. Anyway... Glad to see a clear beer.
It's clear. It's yellow.
Yeah, clear yellow. Not a whole lot of head hanging out. How's it smell?
Smells clean and crisp.
Oh, it smells like maybe a nice lager, nice Pilsner in particular. Yeah. Definitely a bit of a honey note. Hay. Definitely hay. There's a little tropicality. Well,
something floral.
There's definitely something floral. Good point. There's also a bit of a fruitiness to it. And I'm trying to nail down. It's like a citrusy fruit.
I could see that. It could be just from the hops.
Yeah, that's my assumption. It's like maybe it's like a lager that's dry hopped or something. Yeah. What is it? It's a little like candied pineapple-y mixed with a slight bit of orange. Maybe even a little passion fruit to it too. I'm getting a lot of subtle, interesting notes.
It has a good nose. I just went in for my first taste.
Okay. And?
It has it's very viscous.
Ooh.
Isn't it?
That mouth feels a lot more serious than I was assuming for the nose, because it's a very kind of light, delicate nose, isn't it?
It's not as flavorful as I thought it was going to be based on the nose.
It is pretty good, though.
It is tasty.
I think it's good.
Full mouthfeel. You're getting the honey. You're getting the hay. Yeah.
It's very easy, it's very crisp, it's very clean. But yeah, it's way more serious with the mouthfeel than I thought it was going to be. But it's interesting because the flavors are are still relatively light, and it is still kind of clean and refreshing, but it's got a more viscous mouthfeel. It's just kind of a weird dichotomy going on there, but I still like it. It's good.
Oh yeah, it's definitely tasty. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a nice sipper.
There's a bit more of a bitterness on the finish than I was expecting, especially on the nose. It finishes a lot with the honey and the hay. I mean, that's kind of the predominant.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the predominant flavors anyway. But
I'm not getting the floral or the citrus fruity notes. Are you?
I get a very, very, very slight kind of dehydrated orange sweetness.
Okay.
But it's really, really low level in there. I don't know. I like it. I think it tastes really good.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I'll leave a little in the glass in case I need to get back to it.
Exactly. Okay. So now, what's the thing about beer B, Rebecca?
It's green.
It is green. It's not bright green. It's cloudy, and it's kind of a drab light green.
Carlin came to get me after he poured the beer, and he's like, it reminds me of Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid Ecto Cooler, which is their Slimer from the Ghostbusters inspired green Kool-Aid.
What year was that from? That was the 90s.
That was in the 90s for sure. But I think they brought it back since then.
Okay.
And actually, I'm theorizing that potentially, I'll have to know after actually sniffing it, but I think there was Black Flag Brewing, I believe, did an Ecto Cooler inspired beer at one point. I don't know if it was kind of recently or not, but that's the first thing that popped into my head. But you had said, what was your theory on how the green came to be, most likely?
I didn't have a theory.
Yeah, you did. You said spirulina.
Oh, I said spirulina. Yeah.
Which is an algae that's safe for consumption that is used for natural coloring of green in certain food items.
I forgot I said that.
My thought is potentially kiwi, because as long as you're taking
you would need a lot of kiwi.
You would need a lot of kiwi, and you would have to make sure you're taking the skin off, because the skin would make it really brown. But the kiwi would give it this color, so I don't know. Maybe they peeled a bunch of kiwis, which would suck.
I'm going in. We talked about the color. I went in for a sniff. I could see kiwi for sure.
Oh, it's real tropical.
Yeah,
really tropical.
I'm almost getting coconut.
There is something like creamy to it. Kind of sweet, creamy, but there's also a fruitiness. There's definitely like a vanilla-y note going on in it. Yeah, there's a vanilla.
There's a little tartness, but it's more like fruit tartness.
It smells a tad bit grapey, actually. Like green grapes.
I'm getting like some papaya.
Ooh, that's a great pull. That I 100% am on board with papaya. Definitely papaya. Slight pineapple in there as well. Potentially a little bit of passion fruit.
It just smells like very fruity.
It's very fruity, but it's very tropical specific.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does smell actually really, really nice and vibrant.
The color is a little off-putting.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it just looks like kind of like some gross pond water, really. That like even the water you see and you're like, I should not swim in that. So
it looks, although it does kind of look healthy, like you've.
Ew, there's something floating in... Hold on. There's something floating in mine that's like these little green-looking dots. There's a few of them. Get my phone real quick. I'm going to turn the light on my phone to like backlight this. There's like... Yeah, look at this. Look at the things floating in there.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like blue-green. It's like these little specks of something hard that's like blue-green. You know what that makes me think?
What?
Undissolved Kool-Aid mix.
You think?
Yeah, that's what that makes me think of. Something like that. Okay, so that's interesting. Tasting it.
It's pretty sweet.
Whoa. That's very sweet. That's very sweet.
I've said this before about beers. I mean, it tastes like you're just drinking juice.
Yeah.
Like, there is no alcohol perception on this at all. No,
not at all.
Carbonation perception, no beer perception.
Yeah.
It's just straight up fruit juice.
I think there's some banana in that.
I could see banana.
There's some, like, banana, and I think that folds into the creaminess. I will say, if you presented this as a juice to me, I think it's a pretty tasty juice.
I mean, I would drink this with brunch.
Yeah, exactly. So, for that reason, like... I can see where a lot of people would like this beer.
Yeah, it's not a bad beverage. It's just not like a beer. Yeah. If I'm going for like what is a beer, it's not a beer I want to consume.
Right.
It's a juice I want to consume.
And this is one of the issues we talked about kind of recently, which is we don't like beers like this because when we want to drink a beer, we want to taste a beer. Sours like this, I assume it's supposed to be a sour, even though it's not really sour. Sours like this or fruited beers like this don't taste like beer. Like like Rebecca was saying, it's juice. It's like pure juice. It's super sweet. It's very fruity. Do you get specific other flavors? Like I was saying, I get some banana. It's still very tropical fruity.
Very tropical. I'm still getting a strong papaya. Phlegm's building a little bit.
Yeah, so there's like a slight tartness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see papaya with what you're saying for sure. Could it be kiwi? Probably not.
Kiwi has such a mild flavor.
Do you pick up a slight coconutiness?
Yes, and I got coconut in the smell, too.
Mm-hmm. It's a little coconutty. Try and think if there's anything else in there. It's very papaya, though. That was a great pull. Definitely very papaya.
I doubt there's papaya in there, because I don't think there's papaya in beer, but...
Slight pineapple. Yeah. Slight pineapple.
I'm interested to see what it is.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what it is. I kind of like it.
I don't, dislike it. I don't need to drink more of it, though.
I kind of like it for what it is, but...
I won't seek it out again.
Yeah,
I may finish this can, but I probably won't seek it out again.
Which actually says a bit, because it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the composition's pretty solid. Okay. So, beer A and beer B ratings. What are we going for here? I'm going back to A.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. A tastes so much better after having B because, in comparison, how not sweet it is and how much it actually tastes like a beer, it's like, oh man.
So beer A, I'm going to go 6.
Whoa. Okay. I'm not going crazy. I'm going a 4 on beer A.
Well, because my ranking is like 5 is average.
Oh, yeah, you're a little different. So I'm going to 4, you're going to 6. So this is an average of 5, which is actually very good for the podcast for it to get a 5.
Yeah. For me, 5 is average.
Yeah,
this is above average.
That's fine. I'd forgotten. So what are you doing for beer B?
I'm going a 4.
Okay, you're going a 4, and I'm going to go... I mean, I kind of like it. I'm going a 3 on this, to be honest. Like, it's not bad.
I mean, I see why there's a market for this, and I think a lot of people would really like it.
Well, yeah, especially, and I know we've talked about this before, people who aren't big into beer, you go to a bar, you bring that friend with you who's not really into beer, maybe you want to try to introduce them, you give them something like this, and they're like, oh, this is beer? Like, I can be a craft beer fan now. So, it's got its place. And it's overall 3.5, which is actually not bad at all for our podcast. So, let's reveal beer B first. Should we usually do the winner last, but should we do it first?
No, stick with tradition.
Okay. So, beer B, with an overall 3.5, the loser of the episode, but definitely an interesting beer, is... Guesses?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. Who is this? It's called Can-O Gold by Baba Brewhouse. We had Baba
before.
We had Baba on recently. They're out of Brookshire, Texas. Okay, it's in a 16-ounce can. The ABV is...
It's gotta be low.
Tastes like 0, you know?
What is
I
it,
don't
like
even see an ABV
5?
on it. I don't even see an ABV.
What is it? Is there any descriptor on it?
Did we have this problem before? I can look it up in a minute, but yeah, it does. It says it's Can-O Gold. It's pineapple, banana, passion fruit, blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry? That's where you get the color from.
Because it's probably like a Kool-Aid mixed blue raspberry.
Oh.
Guaranteed. I picked out the banana, I picked out the passion fruit, and the pineapple, actually.
Yeah. So
we picked it all out. And the blue raspberry, we said, like the Kool-Aid mix. So I think we did an excellent job picking that apart. Now I'm going to jump on Untapped and take a look real quick because I got to know what the ABV is. Because like we said, it tastes like 0. The Can-O Gold. They say it's a fruited sour. You want to guess the ABV?
I mean, I would guess like 4 or 5.
5.22.
Yeah.
They got very specific. So their description on Untapped says... It says what's in it, and then it says, think blue or green Sour Patch Kids.
It's not sour, though.
No, it's not sour, nor does it taste like a blue Sour Patch Kid, nor does it taste like a green Sour Patch Kid.
You're a Sour Patch Kid connoisseur.
I eat Sour Patch Kids way more than I probably should. So yes, I know Sour Patch Kids very well. That is false advertising, let me say. But honestly, not a bad effort here.
I like Baba.
Yeah, what we have? Their Kolsch was the other one we had. The Ba Light.
Yeah, Ba Light.
Like Bud Light. Okay, so that was Beer B. The winner, though, with an overall of 5, which is a very good rating for our podcast, is Black Flag.
You got one of them, Black Flag.
Okay, makes sense. Cold Nugs. It's in a 16-ounce can. It's a dry-hopped lager with Citra and Matueka.
Okay.
5.3% alcohol. I want to see if it says anything about, like, the specific hops. No, I don't see specific hops. You know what's really funny is I mention Black Flag for Beer B.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Isn't that hilarious? Actually, I want to look this one up on Untapped just because I want to see if they tell you anything about, like, flavor notes on that, because I'm curious what they think you should be getting out of it. Flag Cold Nugs. This is pretty good. Mm-hmm. We haven't really had
we haven't had Black Flag in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. The only thing they say is it gives you a sensory hop aromatic while still finishing crisp and clean.
I can see that.
Well, and they said sensory hop aromatic. They're not saying it's really in the flavor, which I think is pretty accurate.
Yeah, because the nose was more fragrant than the taste.
The nose is definitely very hop driven, like we were talking about, but still smelling like a lager. The flavor, it's like basically all lager, but just a little bit more, like you were saying, viscous.
Yeah. It's good.
Okay. This was a fun, interesting lineup, so I was pretty happy with it. And this makes me think, maybe we need to drink some more Black Flag. Maybe we need to take a little trippy trip to Black Flag and do an excursion episode, which we have some excursion episodes coming up, by the way, for 3 breweries. Yeah, we're going to have 3 breweries.
3?
Should I tease them?
Tease them, because I don't know what 3 you're talking about.
Idiom Brewing,
Yeah.
Attaboy,
Yeah.
and Dewey.
Oh, and Dewey. I forgot.
Dewey,
I forgot
yes.
we went to
So
Dewey.
we're only going to have 1 beer for Attaboy because that's all we decided we wanted to get. We're going to have 2 beers for Idiom and 2 beers for Dewey. So
Yeah.
you know what the Dewey beers are going to be.
Yeah.
And you probably don't necessarily know what the Idiom beers are going to be. And you probably can't guess. Well, if you think hard about who we are and what we like, you can probably guess what the one Attaboy beer is. But I'll leave that up to you guys. But social medias and stuff, Instagram.
Brutal Battle Podcast.
We're on Untapped. I am Carlton Malibu, all one word, if you want to be my virtual friend. You can email us. Oh, wait, you're on Untapped too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Although we check into all the same beers.
I know.
Oh, and once in a while, there's a separation.
But you can't be my friend and not be Rebecca's
Yeah.
friend. It's messed up.
So I'm Ruby Reb 62.
Yeah, and then if you want to get in contact with us, you just want to say hi, you want beer recommendations, you want to give us beer recommendations or episode ideas, brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com. Do us a quick favor, subscribe to us on whatever podcatcher you use. Also, word of mouth is great, and rate us and review us on whatever podcatcher you're using. That would be awesome. We are on, iTunes, Stitcher, Anchor, Spotify, and whatever the Google version is at this point. It used to be Google Play. I think it's called something else now, but we're all over the place, you guys. We're all over the place. If you want back episodes too, brutalbattle.com or archive.org and just search Brutal Battle. And if you want photos and stuff of the episodes, that's on the podcast. So.
It's also on our Instagram.
Also on the Instagram. Good point. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for checking this out. Here come the excursion episodes. And until next time,
Keep it brutal.